Hi everyone, it's good evening, good afternoon. It's just Damian, Danielle, just wanting to make a bit of an update, just about what my plans are and what I'm wanting to do. Still haven't got the two fixed yet, but yeah, what the plans are, what I'm wanting to do, and what my goals are in personal progression, personal development. I just wanted to make this clear that I'm being genuine in the video. Everything that I say is is uh is true, and it's how I feel genuinely. Um, I just want to say that I would like to meet more with the transgender community and speak to people more face to face about what their journey path is and what what my journey path in is. I have been watching a few transgender documentaries on my laptop from in the past, um, about people going through the transition, and I was watching a program about a young lass. She'll be about my age now, I think, but it was done years ago. You could tell by CRT TVs and other stuff. But but she had her biological dad became a mum, and she was then in a lesbian relationship with another transgender individual, but but it was like there was people were saying it's wrong, the weirdest family in the UK. But what's what's wrong with being the person that you feel you are inside, as long as the child's loved and looked after, then there shouldn't be a problem. She, it was her choice to call her mum after the transition. But yeah, it's just about a little bit weird because I just feel that people aren't, I just feel that people aren't as understanding and that kind of thing. I have been a bit more confused about my own journey path after the video after that video and a couple of others, but it makes me confused, but I want to learn more. I want to learn more and share my life, share my aspirations, or share my experiences with someone. And I would like to know what route that I would like to go down, whether I can share experiences with people that have gone through what I want to go through, or are going through what I am currently going through, and learning from each other. And I'd rather meet someone with similar experiences about learning. And I don't really have many friends or professionals in my life that are actually transgender that can help me to look at that side. Um, if you're a little bit unsure about what I'm saying, um, and you're a little bit confused by what I'm saying, I'm going to give another example, but it's somewhat different. When I have been doing work with my communication therapist, she's private, but she's autistic as well. So she's got the personal experience as well as the professional experience, and she she had similar experiences to me and similar values and similar experiences or similar aspirations as what I want. And I found that working with her helped with the the autism side. However, with the transgender side, the gender side, I don't have anyone to relate with, to share that experiences with. So it is hard because I don't have a professional or any other person that I can share that side with. But with the work that I was doing with a communication therapist, I, with her being autistic, I had someone that I could relate to that understood the autism side. However, I don't have that with the gender side, for example. So that's just to make things a little bit more clearer there. I have made another couple of posts online about what I'm looking for and that kind of thing. And there's a couple of things like I'm getting nasty comments and that kind of thing. And someone had posted that someone had commented on the post saying that they saw me in A&E at Christmas last year, around Christmas time last year, and that I was talking to young lasses, asking for their address, giving my address out, and security were involved. Just to clarify, I don't know anything about that. I have rang the police today and they want to send someone out to see me about it. Uh, and genuinely, I don't know anything about this. Um, I was in hospital in December last year, the 9th of December, but I was ill. I was genuinely ill. I've been to the doctors on the morning and they thought it was my anxiety. Temperature was 37.6, but they thought it might have been high because I had the heating on. I had a jumper dress on, my beige one, and that that I had a jumper dress on and a hat scarf and gloves. I thought it was anxiety. I thought it was anxiety, so they gave me some tablets for my stomach. That night, that night, I was feeling sick, and throughout the day, I was laid on the couch trying to watch videos on my laptop, and I was struggling to concentrate, struggling to stay awake, and I was feeling sick that night. Um, and I was had to make myself sick, and paramedics came. Um, and I had a heart rate of 140 and a temperature of 38, and I was struggling to stay awake. I was struggling to know what my surroundings were. I was wobbly on my feet. I'd been taken to A&E by ambulance, and they'd done bloods on me, and they took me to the waiting area. They wanted me to do uh, ECG, and they needed to redo the bloods then. I got there about 11 at night, about 1:41 in the morning. They were telling me that I needed to go into a cubicle of my own because I was too ill to be in the other room. And they kept me in for a week. I had glandular fever, so that's I don't understand about that. So I have blocked that comment, and yeah, genuinely. Also, with Darlington, Also with Darlington A&E and Urgent Treatment Centre, they've got separate waiting areas. They've got separate waiting areas for under 18s and a different A&E or a different A&E. And I don't even know where the waiting areas are. I don't even I don't know where the waiting areas are. I know when people are coming in with people under 18 there to check in, they're getting sent left, right, and centre and to different areas. But yeah, genuinely, I was bad. Genuinely, I was bad. In the past, normally, hand on heart, nine times out of ten, 9 times out of 10, if paramedics come on a night and I've got chest pain, palpitations, I don't normally go to A&E because I know with lack of sleep, I know for myself that with lack of sleep, my anxiety will be more heightened the next day, the next morning, and that it'll be worse the next day. However, on this occasion, I had to go into A&E because the obs were showing stuff. It was showing up on the obs. I had a fever of 38 and I've been sick everywhere and a heart rate of 140. I was generally not well. So yeah, it's just a little bit of an explanation. I've got a cup. I am a little bit. I am a little bit still getting passed on from one person to another with certain things with the mental health sector in that as well. And it's like I do get intrusive thoughts, obscure thoughts when I am upset and anxious. And the thing is with me, I get really upset and distressed by it because it seems really real, really intense, and I just basically need someone to talk about it. So I know that they're wanting me to work with mental health services again, and there is talks about it. There is a new CPN in place, but she's off at the moment, and I am getting anxious again. Some of the flashbacks are happening from when I was working with previous mental health services, and it's like, yeah, my heart, yeah, some of the thoughts are coming back, and it's like, I know when I start meeting with her or whatever, it'll be fine. It's just I can't get hold of her at the moment, and that's making it harder. If you ring 111 or the crisis team, which is 111 option two, they're like, we don't like the crisis team. We don't deal with intrusive thoughts, feelings, and they refer me back to the police, and other people are referring me back to the police. And problem is, problem is, I'm letting people know. Look, I have letting them know. Look, there's been situations in the, if you refer me to the crisis team, if you refer me to this, if you refer me to that, it's just going to lead to the police getting called out, getting sent out, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And it's like, if you make a direct threat, then we do need to report this to the police. And I'm like, I'm like, there's been times where paramedics they've ran the crisis team, and they've rang the crisis team, and they've been told by the crisis team to ring the police because of a dream. if you make a direct threat, if you make a direct threat, then we have to report this to the police, even a dream. So it's a little bit up up in the air and that kind of thing because I know that I need someone to talk to, but it's like my safety plan state are in the crisis team and that the safety plan states to in the crisis team and the safety plan states to in the crisis team and I try ringing the crisis team and they refer me back to the police and ended up getting arrested and going to court in July, which I've made videos about in the past. But I generally don't want to go down that option again. And I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive in case I say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. I spoke to my doctor the other day. Spoke to my doctor the other day, and yesterday actually, she was brilliant, and she was like, "We understand it's your anxiety. We understand that you you get really upset and worried about the thoughts." And it's like, yeah, I do, and it's just needing someone. I'm like, "Why do you get them? What other?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm been work. I'm wanting to work with Natalie with the mental health services again." And I'm like, I'm wanting to do this and wanting to do that, and it's like I'm getting the traumatic experiences from last time, and a lot of the flashbacks are popping up. And she said, "Don't worry, she's going to be there as well." When she introduces me to her, and she's like, she doesn't need me. If it goes wrong or whatever, I can take a break, or don't have to work with him for as often as what I do, as what I might need. But like, if I'm worried or whatever, I can take a break, take a step back. But generally, it's like the fear of the past experiences come to life. It's the fear of the past experiences comes to light, and I don't want any of that to happen again because I don't want to end up going to court again because things are being misinterpreted with the mental health and that kind of thing. I'm on a 6 month conditional discharge. If anything goes wrong, if anything goes wrong and I'm back in court, then the discharge and that'll be it'll be looked into again and and I'll be in poo poo street. But generally I want to take the next step up on the ladder. I'm wanting to a little bit more progression. I'm wanting a little bit more wanting a bit more exploration with myself. I'm wanting a little bit more support, but it's about understanding what I want rather than what I do want. And my doctor said, you won't act on intent, but it's like, it's yeah, I'm anxious. Like when the intrusive thoughts come to me and that kind of thing, it's more scary because it's like you remember it's people ask what's your intent level, what's this, what's that, and it's like I'm scared. It's like I don't know because I see things one way, professionals see things another way, and that makes me question my own values, my own beliefs, and my own thoughts and feelings of it. But it's about it's like I have been feeling about wanting to overdose and that again, and part of that's with the flashbacks of what people had said, where they said that they didn't mind if they overdosed or whatever, and I have genuinely. my doctor reassured me on it the other day as well that I have done what I can to reduce that risk. I was getting, I took a load of medication into the doctor's last week because I've got PRN in the cupboard, which I just take when I need to. The doctor wasn't expecting me to take in as much as I did, but she went through all that with me. So the stuff in the cupboard now is just the stuff from my stomach and some other stuff. But that's been sorted. That's been sorted. When I go down medication aisles in supermarkets or in Poundland or whatever, if I see boxes of paracetamol, I start feeling sick. My gag reflex starts going, and sometimes I start getting some of the sensations that I get of when I've actually taken an overdose because I've done it that many times. I think, God knows, possibly 100, possibly more, but I don't want to go down that route again. Like, there's genuinely, I'm gonna feel a bit sick saying this, but genuinely, there's been times before where I've been overdosing, I've been sick with it, I've been on my hands and knees, I've been, I'm coughing, I've been on my hands and knees picking tablets up out of the sick and trying to overdose and that again. And when I'd self-harmed and that again in the past, I'd or overdosed, I used to go from one hospital, get treatment, travel a bit, go to another hospital, get treatment, travel again. I don't want to go down that. I don't want to go down that again. I genuinely, I don't want to go down that on the down down that again. My life at the moment, I've got things back on track. The stuff that's happened this year, what I wasn't expecting to happen, I wasn't expecting to start driving this year with the dress out and with the dress on and the girls out. But but yeah, and it's like first couple of times I was nearly crying whilst I was driving, and it's like they said I wouldn't be able to drive again, and I've done that. And I'm going to more groups. There's going to be a few more groups starting again with it being term time with the church um, on the 3rd of September. So I'm looking forward to that. And I am excited in that again. I've started groups for board games and generally getting to be sorry. Generally getting to meet people my own age and that kind of thing, but it's genuinely hard. But yeah. But yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to message back. But thank you, bye.